special.
Sit tight, live from the Barclaycard Premiership. It's Leeds against Arsenal. Commentators Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Well, will it be a record-breaking day again for Arsenal? That 46-game run of scoring at the moment. Thierry Henry has played in 40 of those games and netted in 22 of them. Wiltor 15, Ljungberg 12, the other main contributors, 15 different goal scorers over the period. Arsene Wenger has plenty to be proud of, but ever the realist. He appreciates the difficulties of this, and how ironic it would be if after breaking a long run without an away win in Europe, Arsenal's fantastic domestic away record came to an end here at Ellen Road. Alan Wiley, Arsenal saw him at the Community Shield. And they beat Liverpool in Cardiff last month. And Henry looking for a goal with his first kick and Arsenal's second of the game.
Just saw Paul Robinson just messing about, edge of the 6-yard box, Martin, with a bit of gardening the goalkeeper.
Smith up with Viduka. Seagull to taste full Premiership action for the first time, and he looks built for it, I must say. Mattia. It's less than 18 months since Terry Venables masterminded a 3-goal win over Arsenal, and at Highbury as well. He was head coach of Middlesbrough then. He's also beaten the Gunners as manager of Crystal Palace, Queen's Park Rangers, and of course Tottenham Hotspur. Good judgment by Radebe.
Good awareness as well. Not only keeping his eye on the ball, but very aware of Henry's position.
Mills coming forward from left back. Lauren scooping it away from Viduka.
And lucky for Leeds, Lee Bowyer made a brilliant run as well from right side to put himself at centre forward.
Dacour, 2 years ago, got the winning goal for Leeds against Arsenal here. It was 1-1 on this ground last season, but neither of those goal scorers are playing today. Robbie Fowler and Robert Pires. Mills. Oh, yeah, trying to smuggle it away from Vieira, but the use of an arm.
And they want to start better. You talked about Manchester United here last time we were here, Martin, but Leeds didn't start particularly well that day. Had a poor first half. And Terry Venables will be wanting this side to start a little bit better, maybe a little quicker, maybe a bit more tempo to the game than there was that day.
Seagull hasn't played for France at full international level. 7 years with Lille. Playing the Champions League for them, and a couple of matches against Manchester United in that category last season, which will probably stand him in good stead in his time in England. Very composed. Kelly. Dacour. Already a sense of adventure from Mills from left back. There's a Harry Kewell just to drift away, and there's space for Mills to move into with the ball.
You've got to be careful, I think, Leeds, at times, but not to get too narrow. You see Lee Bowyer is at the moment, then it's vital that Harry Kewell's giving him a bit of width on the left-hand side. If you get too narrow, it makes life easier as a defence to cope with it, the narrower you get.
There's a free kick conceded by Vieira. Smith. Challenge on Radebe. Carnedo trying to close down Arsenal have had some problems in their away games so far this season in the Premiership. Of course, they were 2 down at West Ham. Got themselves out of that particular hole. And then they had problems at Chelsea as well, when Vieira was sent off, and Kolo Touré became a surprising saviour of a point at Stamford Bridge. Cutely done by Matteo. Kelly looking for the angle for the pass inside Ashley Cole for Bowyer, but Cole might have just been wanting positionally, was certainly not wanting when it came to speed of recovery.
Yeah, he's quick across the grass. You know, people always debate about Ashley Cole defence. I think he does all right. I think he's a young player who will learn that art. I mean, you look at how many years we talked about Rio Ferdinand, Martin, learning the art of playing centre-back, and it's taken Rio to now. People now accept what a good job he's done, and I think Ashley's a bit like that. He's got to learn.
Alan Smith learning, I'm sure, the art of diplomacy. D'accord. Well, he's a raw Touré, but he's got a lot of power and a very intriguing player to keep some eye on his development. But now he's been sent tumbling by Smith, and after that talking to just a few seconds ago, Smith's going to face a card here.
Well, it's 2 in quick succession to go against Alan Smith. Touré's quick, and once he's pushed the ball away, and Alan Smith comes sliding in from behind. You know, it's not a horrible tackle, Martin. We're going to see plenty of those today. And I think Touré's obviously pulled something or jarred something as he's fallen. They're up about the left hip area, and that's certainly nowhere near where Alan Smith caught the lad. I think he's a tad unlucky.
Some advice from Thierry Henry, maybe. Bit of sympathy, perhaps. What you do know about Alan Smith, he is Leeds United through and through.
Oh, yes.
Touré is able to continue. Cole. Didn't take long for Terry Venables to feel he was needed at touchline level.
And the first words out were Smithy. I think just trying to cool him down a little.
Kanu, Henry. Gilberto, far post. Kanu trying to round it off, but he was well tracked by Bacca.
Fresh from his goal in midweek, Gilberto happy to get forward.
Yes, the so-called defensive midfielder that they brought from the Brazilian World Cup winning team. Wiltor. Kanu.
Good tackle. Strong, incisive.
Nicely held up by Viduka. Involved again. Nakur a little hesitant though. Can't be like that with Arsenal around. Henry. Touré couldn't take the ball with him. And out comes Kelly. Seemed as though he would be leaving Leeds United after so many years in the summer, but he stayed around. Touré with a chance here. And Kanu. The hot shots in terms of scoring in consecutive games of all time. 47 the number. The name is Arsenal.
Well, it's like a hot knife through butter, Martin. I tell you what, he shakes his head, Gary Kelly, and rightly so. I don't know what he's doing here. Great play from the left back though of Arsenal, and what a ball that is to Touré. He might have panicked there, could easily have thrashed at that left-footed, but so aware that Kanu's in a great position. That's a fabulous ball, because it takes Radaby out the play totally. Matteo has to come across, and by Matteo coming across, Kanu is left in absolutely acres, and it's a simple job of breaking a record.
Kanu, a goal scorer late last weekend, early today.
Leeds have been caught even in the opening 9 minutes of this match far too often in the midfield area and possession of the ball, Martin.
Smith. Kanu. Waited for Henry's acceleration. He's roared round Ranaville just in the end, to his credit, did enough.
He must have been panicking a little bit, Lucas Ranaville, Martin.
Waiting on the ball from Kanu was absolutely to the millimetre for Henry to take on the very line itself.
Well, they've come right out the blocks, Arsenal. Passing's been sharp, bright. The pace of the game, particularly Ashley Cole, who's gone and pressed people all over this left-hand side, has been exceptional. And much like Manchester United, Leeds haven't got the traps yet.
Smith. Gary Kelly, who did play here in the UEFA Cup game, in preference to Danny Mills that night. Bit of a reshuffle. He's actually come into the team in place of his own nephew, Ian Hart. With Mills switched to Hart's usual position at left back. Henry, Kanu.
Press. Was there a sign of him there, Tory, allowing Bowyer an easy way out? Absolutely not. Wasn't happy with the tackle, Lee Bowyer. He was a tad two-footed, but certainly took the ball cleanly off.
Viduka. He's not too happy with that challenge either, and less dangerous it might have been. It was certainly a foul. Bowyer. Hill has come central to chase his own header.
I know they want to play football under Terry Venables, Martin, and that's the way he does it, but I think when you play against somebody like Arsenal, if you play in front of them from the first minute, then they're comfortable with that, and they'll normally win a lot of ball. I just think early on in the match, even if it's a ball just over the top, going nowhere, stretch the play a little bit, make Arsenal defenders think that it might be going over the top a couple of times. If you do that sort of thing there all the time, then I think Arsenal will be quite happy with it.
Patrick Vieira dispossessed by a great mate of his, Olivier Dacourt. Leeds didn't have the ball for long, though, did they? Wiltor, Lauren moving forward from right back. This is Henry. Lauren. Wiltor's cross didn't carry a great deal of threat. Now Gilberto fired it to Kanu. Took Kelly out of the equation when he seemed to be in a perfect position to defend the ball. Vieira, where Smith had to come back and try to get a foot in. He's got to be careful in that respect, having picked up an early yellow card. It's almost a masterclass by Arsenal at the moment.
Keep ball, isn't it? A little session there. They're stronger, Martin, stronger physically at the moment and brighter mentally at the moment.
Toure. And Cole. Brilliant play by Arsenal again. Henry. Well, the only worry you feel for Arsenal at the moment is overconfidence.
Well, I don't think the word complacency is one I've ever used watching Arsenal. I mean, this run that they've been on, Martin, they're very focused, they're extremely professional, and they're awfully talented.
caretaker. Gilberto with a little trip on Dacour. No clean sheet for Paul Robinson today. Plenty of time for Leeds to show their force in attack. Got to chase the situation even against Arsenal. You look at Viduka and Smith and Kuehl and Bowyer coming from midfield. There's some players you'd like to have with you in that quest. Yeah. Smith. Dacour. Untidy again by Toure. A bit too hurried, Bowyer's free kick. Easy to say that, with the wisdom of hindsight.
Yeah, it's hard enough to beat Arsenal, Martin, but it's even tougher when you give them a goal start almost. That's what Leeds have done. Contributed hugely to their own downfall. They're giving the ball away as cheaply as they did in the right back area.
Cole. David Seaman, one season with Leeds United as a youngster, 1981 to 82, didn't play in the first team. Cole. Seagan saw that coming. And Dacour dumping Vieira on the deck, right in the full view of referee Wiley.
Well, I mean, at times, it is a difficult one when you jump in like that, Mark. I don't think Dacour has really got any defence here. I'm always a bit critical of referees who overreact early in a game, but I don't think we could call that overreaction from Alan Wiley. I really don't.
Been some fiery matches between these two teams. Jeff Winter sent two Leeds players off at Highbury. That was August of last year. Danny Mills and Lee Bowyer. Was a game also a couple of years ago when Arsenal had 7 players yellow carded here. Leeds with 2 in Alan Wiley's book already.
I think they've been pretty controlled, Arsenal, certainly the majority of games I see.
Dacour, Bakker. Bowyer, flicked off Cole. Kuehl wants to get it onto his left foot and then flung himself to the ground.
Brilliant Vieira, absolutely top draw from their captain, Arsenal.
Somebody's arm was up there. And Leeds trying to get to grips with the opposition. It was just for a few seconds promising, and now Brian Kidd has gone to the assistant on this near side about the handball, I think. Meanwhile, Henry, great stop by Robinson. Toure coming in, but Kelly was able to sweep it away in the nick of time.
Well, they had no chance for the goal, but what a save this is. This keeps his side in the game. Paul Robinson. Again, look how quick the break is. They're defending, and then seconds later, a couple of passes. Henry makes a diagonal run. Great effort. Fantastic save.
Wiltor. That's a great determination by Dacour. Better from Leeds.
Well, it's only the last 5 minutes, I know, of the game, but it was when that little spell they were popping about for fun. Arsenal.
And since then, you feel there have been a couple of Leeds tackles. Half a chance for Kuehl. He got into the penalty area and was trying to work the ball onto his stronger side.
First time we've got in behind though. You notice that, Martin? The first time in, what, 18 minutes of the game, have Leeds got a player in behind.
Even looked to get a player in behind.
And if you don't do that against, if you play in front, like most teams, most back fours or defences, if you play in front of them, they're happy. They can go tight, and that's why you have to do that occasionally. Stretch the game.
he going to Henry?
Clumsy from Dominic Matthew. Well, caught Thierry Henry with the arms there.
Well, clearance didn't go out of play, and Leeds were just letting their guard drop a little bit, and it's led to Toure.
It's impressive, doesn't it? You know, the more you see of this team, the more impressed I become about them. They have a togetherness. Look at it. You celebrate a goal, look at the players around, every one of them. But what, I mean, again, Danny Mills is giving Harry Kewell a rocket because of this, because he played that ball there. And Kewell's nowhere to be seen, Martin. He stayed up the pitch, he never took an interest in defending. They've just got in quite easily, Will Todd. No support for Mills. Brilliant little dummy there. Collector's item, but not for Toure. He seems to get a headed goal for Arsenal. He seems to be the only one that gets a headed goal for Arsenal.
It's Leeds United 0, Arsenal 2. And we're just past the 20-minute mark. Kewell. Great opportunity, should Arsenal win the game, to put down a marker for the rest of the weekend. They can put their feet up. Henry is away. Leeds are really struggling again, but it's just a question of whether Kanu might have been running offside, but he didn't pick him out in any case.
I think he might have been, but look at that for a turn. And when he's got space to go into, he just don't catch him, Martin. Now, Matthew's got the same problem he had for the first goal. Does he go to Henry? Does he wait? He got caught in no man's land, but luckily for Leeds, the ball wasn't a great one.
Leeds this season in the Premiership, a definite pattern: 1-2, lost 2, 1-2, and it would be lost 2 again if they're beaten today. Backer. Now Radovich.
Yeah, the chant. Don't know if they can at home from their own fans. Boring, boring Arsenal.
They've had some nicknames, haven't they? Boring Arsenal, lucky Arsenal. We couldn't pin those adjectives to this particular team.
He's frightening.
Henry, Toure, corner. Could have been more.
Now this is mighty impressive. Mr. Tyler. Seen some good teams over the years, and many since the Premiership started. We have pushed at the moment to find a team of recent past that's been as good as this one that we're watching today. And this is them allegedly not at full strength.
Henry's corner. Alan Smith, who'd love to be trying to head them in at the other end, has to head that one behind. Have everyone back in their own penalty area. It nearly wasn't enough, but Kelly on the post kept it out.
A lovely little glancing header from Gilberto, I think, there, Martin, as he made a really positive run into the box.
Yes, it certainly was Gilberto, and that's why they have men on the post.
Yeah. And if they don't, they're 3 down.
Vieira. Now Sol Campbell. We haven't had a mention so far because the ball's in the other half of the pitch most of the time.
Well,
it's a positive run, wasn't it?
It was. I mean, he started a long way out. He made up good ground. There's a little glance. And there's the importance of people on the post.
A little bit of payback by Gary Kelly, who was, he'd be the first to admit it, to blame for the first goal. As you say, not at full strength. Bergkamp not here. Ljungberg is on the bench. Pires.
Yeah.
I mentioned Martin Keogh,
Yeah,
otherwise
absolutely.
he'll be
Yeah.
on the phone to us.
Reverse charges, though.
Here's a Dacour. Viduka. Leeds looking for a spark from somewhere. It's been a theme that we have had on our lips from time to time this season. The fallibility of a 2-goal lead. And sometimes when you're 2 up, you still have to defend like that, whack it away.
It's a secret. When in doubt, thump it out, I guess. And then get organised like that now. Win it back and play a bit.
Backer. Bowyer.
25 minutes in, and this is not a great attempt, but it's the first attempt. It'll have to go down as an effort from Lee Bowyer. Awkward, difficult as it bounces very high and over his shoulder. Never really going to score, I don't think, from there, but it's one attempt.
He has never scored against Arsenal, Lee Bowyer, which is saying something, because he scores against many a side. His eye for goal from midfield, one of his major strengths. Kanu, who has scored today, and Toure likewise.
Quiet, isn't it, Martin? Amazing. Leeds fans arriving here full of voice at the beginning of the game, full of optimism. Out the quiet and 35,000.
We're still at a time in the game when a Leeds goal could change all that, could really rev it up again. Matteo. Jonathan Woodgate did play splendidly here against Manchester United, and probably the quickest of the centre-backs on the books of Leeds United, although he's got quite an awkward running style, but he certainly covers the ground rapidly. So he's a big miss. An injury on Tuesday. Terry Venables had to wait until this morning before really having something of a head count amongst his defenders to see who would be able to play it. And Matteo, certainly not 100%, but that's taking nothing away from Arsenal, who have been very much 100%. Kanu. Wiley had a strong view about the last touch there, no doubt pointing to the goal kick. Well, later today, one of David Seaman's old clubs, Birmingham, against Newcastle. It's a Premiership Plus offering. Sky Digital Viewers channel 433. Pay-per-view match for you on Monday. Richard and Andy, the hosts. West Bromwich Albion against Blackburn. Sky Sports 1. Here's Smith. Seen in a race here with Viduka, and he won it.
Well, there's nothing like a bad ball if you play it over the top, make defenders work. Again, that was just a little ball, but it got Arsenal's back four turning. It gave them a little problem to deal with, and Leeds looked better for it.
Toure hustled by Bowyer, and Kelly got the ball. And then Kelly can't get the ball here. Just a bit more business-like, the approach for Leeds United, but maybe too late even this early in the game.
I do think, though, even this early in the game, they have to start trying to win it higher up the pitch as well. I don't know whether that's come from the touchlines where Brian Kidd, who's out now, and Terry Venables have been trying to do that, but I think at times you have to say to your front men, yeah, you have to go and put pressure on the back four when they have the ball, win it higher up the pitch. And you have to sometimes take a chance. Even this early, you're 2-0 down. I don't think by sitting off the game that it's going to benefit Leeds in any way.
competitor, Lucas Radebe. He's been through a lot in his life. His native South Africa. So being tough on a football pitch comes a little more naturally to him. Bojan. Kuhl. Flag has gone up. Bacchus rather slashed it into the side netting.
Close, but much, much better. Again, it was a long ball, but they picked up the pieces. This is very close. Might have been lucky Arsenal to get away with that. And Eric back in, behind, looking to threaten. But it dropped down, and for one of the few times, a white shirt was first to the ball.
You should remember that Leeds went top of the Premiership at the start of 2002 on New Year's Day, but they've lost 9 league games since then, compared to Arsenal's none over the same period. Stephen McPhail, luckily for Leeds, has got his fitness back. A long spell out, hardly played at all last season. Very talented left-footed midfield player.
I think Terry likes him as well, doesn't he, Martin? I mean, he was out the picture for a long spell, but since Terry Venables taken over, he seems to be back in the frame.
Yes, that's mostly through injuries, Andy, because certainly we saw him score a couple of goals at Chelsea, didn't we, 2 or 3 years ago now. They remain his only senior goals. Cole. Here's Kelly. 1/3 of the game gone. Leeds United 0, Arsenal 2. Not quite out of sight yet, the Gunners, but threatening to be so. Toure.
I thought he was right, the referee. I didn't think that was a free kick myself.
Cole missed it. Seagull coming in behind. Played it though against Bowyer. It falls for Viduka. Now Dacour. Mills on the move. On the opposite flank. It was in the air long enough for Lauren to get to it. Mattia. Seagull going for the same ball rather than. Some great battles between these clubs in the past. You remember Alan Clark? He still looks the same today as 30 years ago when he got the winning goal for Leeds against Arsenal in the FA Cup final.
And they wanted that out, didn't they? All the Leeds fans behind the goal who were in line with that far touchline were convinced the ball had gone out.
Vieira. Toure. Henri loves to come from the left-hand side. Kanu is in the centre. Reclaimed very cleverly by Kelly. Mills. Hopeful. Maybe it's produced a corner. Not quite. David Seaman nimble enough to prevent it going behind. It certainly produced a throw in the attacking third. Danny Mills speculative ball from left to right. Leeds can build from here, maybe. That's been seen as a foul on Patrick Vieira.
Well, we saw Terry Venables fiddle about with his side at half-time against Manchester United, Martin. He didn't waste any time with a poor first-half display, changed the way they were playing.
He actually pepped them up, although it didn't produce an equaliser. It should have done at Blackburn with a triple substitution in the second half.
Well, I'll be amazed if it stays at 2-0, that one or two changes aren't on the offering at half-time.
Toure. It's understandable, we're dealing with human beings here, but you can sense that with the 2-goal lead in the bag, Arsenal just lost a little bit of the appetite in the attacking third.
Well, it's great in a game, you know, Martin, especially when you play so many tough games, when you can't, not coast not the right word, but you can play controlled football and just probe for a goal without driving for one. And that's the way Arsenal are at the moment.
And they will probe successfully here. And certainly produced a corner from Wiltor.
You know, the tempo of the game doesn't have to be as high. It was brilliant at the beginning of the game, particularly in the midfield area, when they won ball after ball after ball. Now they've just taken their foot off the gas a little bit, but they're still in control of the game, I think.
Wiltor takes Touré, and it's dropping onto the top of the net. Made himself a real hit at Highbury already with his off-the-field behaviour. Very well-mannered young man, desperate to learn English, often seen with an English dictionary. And you bump into him after training so that he can fit in. Very hungry to maximise his chance with Arsenal Football Club. It's very good to see. Kelly. Vieira, awkward height for Henry, but he made light of the difficulty. Kanu. The stumble in the end was Dacour's responsibility.
He's so tall, isn't he, and leggy. The thing about Kanu, you just have to nudge him, Martin, and invariably he's going to topple. He's just got to sleep again a little bit there.
Dacour. Lauren slightly out of position. Arsenal might need to cover for that. Wiltor accepting that responsibility. So many talented individuals on Arsene Wenger's books, but it is their work as a team that sets Arsenal apart. But Smith got behind Campbell here.
Yeah, good defending. Ah, superb. For the first time, Sol Campbell just caught. Well, Smith was trying to use his arm, trying to use his upper body weight to keep him away. But Campbell was having none of it. Determination to win the ball. He's there for all to see. You watch this. Looks for offside, doesn't get it. Watch the left arm come out. Trying to keep Campbell away, but he just drives past him. Nods it back to the goalkeeper.
Henry. Touré. Well spotted by Seagon. Kanu. Quiet in the crowd again. Seagon's fitted in very snugly so far. But it must be a very nice team to come into. Kanu. Henry. Wiltor's coming from the right-hand side. Lauren saw the chance to go forward. Alberto. Vieira is there. Now Cole. Kanu. Went into Matteo.
I think he's unlucky.
Vieira. We've seen plenty of each other, those two.
Yeah, they have. I think he's unlucky. I think it's clumsy more than anything. He doesn't go to ground. He doesn't slide in from the back. It's a bread and butter free kick. Just a little trip there. You'd be amazed if somebody got sent off for two of those, wouldn't you, Martin? Technically,
is that a prophecy?
No, I hope not.
Viduka. Cole is down. So another yellow card, another bit of head shaking for Patrick Vieira. Certainly his manager was in full support. He went to the fourth official, Arsene Wenger, to let his feelings be known. Forgot to mention Giovanni van Bronckhorst and the absentees for Arsenal as well. Ray Parlour and Edu, who have been involved this season but are on the injured list today.
I think that's the thing over the last 3 or 4 years, is that the squad that Arsene Wenger has put together is now capable, very much so. He felt himself that 2 or 3 years ago it wasn't, and had they lost important players, then they couldn't cope. And he was right in that respect. He's now far more confident of putting in players who wouldn't be regarded as regulars or first choice, and happy that they're going to play and contribute at this level.
That's a missed kick by Gilberto. And Kuehl coming in. Great stop by David Seaman. Hit across the face by Bowyer in the first place. Comes out to Mills.
Deflection. Don't think the shot was a great one, I have to say, from Danny Mills. It was rather scuffed, but they'll take the deflection and the chance to put some pressure on, which they haven't really been able to do in over 40 minutes of football, really.
Now the nature of the contest could change if Leeds could score before half-time. Send them in on a real high. Kanu, not going to do it like that. Well, much being made of David Seaman's occasional aberrations when the shots are from long range, but this is fine goalkeeping from much closer order.
Well, he's had nothing to do, but he reacts. He's got good feet across the whole width of the 6-yard box. He has to go from near to far, so he's got to get across there, and gets across really comfortably, really quickly, and blocks it really well.
Mills. Smith. All seems okay. Kanu. Steer it wide to Gary Kelly was concentrating on the man as much as the ball, lost the flight of it, but it seemed to be his favourite to win it. Viduka slanting a run to get himself involved in the build-up here. Backer. Kuehl. Mills, a stumble. And Henry spotting both Vieira and Wiltor. Kanu, good work by Dacour. Kuehl gets the drop on Lauren. 3 in the middle for Leeds.
Oh, what a shame, what a shame. And he knows he's disappointed. First bit he did brilliantly. Hasn't done this often enough, in my opinion. Gone 1 for 1 and Lauren, and shows that he's got the beating of him, skips past him. Good support play in the box, 3 white shirts across the width of the 6-yard box, but a poor cross from Harry Kuehl.
Backer, there's nothing left of him though. Wiltor. Change of direction by Gilberto, knew exactly where Backer was and lost him with a drop of the shoulder. Vieira. Nicely taken down by Lucas Radebe. Viduka. Tussling in, and Smith and players who have been cautioned in this first half. It's going to be an old-fashioned drop ball. No etiquette here. Ball's just going to touch the ground first. It's the hard part. And Wiley notably propelled it downwards rather than just actually dropping the ball. Paducah did well to stay on his feet. He was challenged unfairly by Gilberto. And now pulls it wide to Wiltor. Arsenal looking to move into overdrive maybe one more time before half-time. Wiltor. Henry.
Yeah, they're so incisive, aren't they? When they get up near the goal mark. Pace, quickness of thought.
Kuehl won it very well against Campbell. Smith. Kuehl again. Paducah a little bit tight there. There was a ball to spread to Bowyer that was on. Easier to see from up here. We're into the 2 added minutes before half-time. Arsenal have a 2-0 lead at Elland Road. Backer. Matteo. Well, to use your analogy of the week, Andy, I guess Arsenal 2 up over the first 9 holes.
With a lot to play for. As we've talked about already, we've seen often enough this season how a 2-goal lead doesn't necessarily guarantee victory.
He's got quite a deft touch, Seagull, at times, but he is built to bang it out of play, and at this stage, safe and sensible. Just get it out and let the seconds tick on until the half-time whistle goes. Radebe. Backer. Mills. Stand it up in there towards Smith. Good climb by Seagull. Not a bad try. Certainly worth it by Dacour. Difficult ball to strike.
Well, he's got problems, hasn't he?
It's been out of Africa, really, this 2-0 lead for Arsenal. The Nigerian Kanu and Kolo Toure from the Ivory Coast. The scorers, at times it's been an exhibition for the Gunners. And at the break, it's Leeds United 0, Arsenal 2.
There's more football available from the Barclaycard Premiership later today. The pay-per-view offering comes from St Andrews. Birmingham meet Newcastle. For more information on how to order the game, dial 08705 160 160. The Monday night football, 7 o'clock, Sky Sports 1, features West Brom. And tomorrow at 4. So Leeds are making changes. McPhail for Dacour, just as David O'Leary thought. Leeds trail by 2-0. Let's rejoin our match commentators, Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
We're told, Richard, no injury involved. Different type of midfield player. Stephen McPhail, certainly a player who can pass the ball craftily. Maybe not expected to win as many tackles as Dacour. But they need to sharpen up their act, Leeds United. Leeds announced a big loss on the balance sheet in midweek, over £30 million. They won't want a big loss on the score sheet here. 45 minutes to try and repair the damage caused by a classy first half from Arsenal.
Classy first quarter, though, wasn't it? I mean, when you talk about attacking football, they did the business early on in the match and they've pretty much controlled it at their own pace. That's always a sign of a good team that can control the game, Martin, at the pace they want to control it at. So it's up to Leeds to do something about that. Onus firmly on them.
Gilberto. Deflected onto an Arsenal arm, but not intentional, and Campbell heads away, and Wiley was pretty well placed. Kelly. But it is the second half when Arsenal might be more vulnerable to fatigue from their efforts in Europe in midweek. Wiltor. Kanu. Oh, it's in behind Radaby. Henry accelerates and scores the third.
What were you saying about fatigue? What a team to play in, I tell you. And this all came from Sol Campbell's cushion header, I'm sure, way back. Unbelievable football. They break from back to front. 2 passes, that one there, and then Kanu has got all the time now. That is where Henry is at his deadliest and most dangerous. He gets in between the full-back, who's got slightly advanced here, Martin, and the centre-back. And once that ball's played in there is nothing Radaby can do. If he goes down, he gets a penalty, waits for the goalkeeper to commit, and a little toe poke as Paul Robinson's going down into the corner. I think that's good night, I'm afraid. He's getting booked here, Sol Campbell, for blocking a quick free kick that Leeds tried to take.
And the 4th booking of the game, 2 apiece. Well, Leeds would have been galvanised, I'm sure, at half-time. Come out and be strong, forceful, try and get more of a grip on the play. Get 1 goal back, and Arsenal could be rattled then. Instead, the goal has gone in the Leeds net. And a free kick that would have been particularly threatening at 2-0 wasn't quite. So at 3, but Mark Viduka and Danny Mills eyeing up the sight lines here. It's Viduka! Well, David Seaman was scrambling.
Well, David Seaman just edged the other way, you know. I think he expected Viduka to go over the wall. Just edged half a step, you saw it there, but you know, he gets back across. The Arsenal goalkeeper, well, he'll tell you they got there. I think he would have done.
It's very trim these days, David Seaman. He's certainly lost some weight in his bid to exorcise any World Cup demons that he might have been having to deal with. Cleared by Cole, Toure, Henry. In the 47 games of this record that Arsenal now have, they've scored 101 goals altogether. And still time here for more to come in game 47. It's handball by Baka.
It's been a stunning performance, Martin. It's almost as if they've arrived here and just dismissed Leeds. And that takes a bit of doing. But that's almost is the way they've shaped up. They've arrived here, they know they're going to score, they expect to win, and so far things are going exactly as they all expected at Arsenal.
Kuehl bundling Lauren over. Alan Wiley conscious that Arsenal kept the ball, and whether he'll speak to Harry Kuehl when it does go out of play. He's having a word with him now, actually. was 2.5 years ago that Arsenal came here and won 4-0. There's a lot of sympathy with the Arsenal players for Lucas Radebe then, saying don't book him, but Alan Wiley has got his own view on the matter. Toure wanting to get up and get on with it.
Yeah, I don't even think Lucas Radebe makes the tackle, Mark. He's going to get away with it. Patrick Vieira might have had a quick one, so well, you know, why? What was the difference?
Anyway, it is a free kick, and Arsenal quite happy just to roll it around here. Try and maybe draw Leeds out. Wiltor, Lauren. Gilberto let the ball run then, still ran to an Arsenal player, but that player, Lauren, has lost out to Kuehl. He had Viduka close and Smith pulling away a little further to the right.
They haven't made many mistakes. That's the first little individual error that someone's made in Arsenal shirt, but they quickly snuffed it out.
Mattia and Mills. Leeds had, technically still have, the chance of catching Liverpool in second place on 15 points. Should they manufacture an improbable victory. Starting the day 5th in the table. So it's not some also ran that Arsenal are brushing aside here. Mills. Radebe. Toure. Not where Henry wanted it. He's quick, but not that quick.
Problem, Gary, Kelly's got Martin at right back. I'm sure we'd love to go forward and support even more, but every time he goes ahead of Henry, because he's a front man and not a left side, that lets him go. So then Kelly's thinking, oh, if it gets played back out, it's played in beside Lucas Radebe. Thierry Henry has got the making of Lucas Radebe. We can see that on the ground. He's quicker, much quicker. He's quicker than most people. So Kelly's got a real problem in trying to go forward and not getting caught exposed at the back. But at 3-0 down, I think the answer is quite simply, you've got to take that chance, Gary. You have to push when you can forward.
Had a testimonial last season, Gary Kelly, and all the profits went to cancer charity. Wiltor. Henry. Bowyer, who's so often in the thick of matches here, but just hasn't been able to get into the game today. Goes everywhere for Leeds United. Kelly. Up to the head of Smith. Viduka. It's kept in by Kuehl.
Brilliant, isn't it? Talk about patrolling and helping the back four out. Look where he is now, centre forward.
Wiltor to Kane. Now he bypasses Nigerian for yet another member of Arsenal's African contingent, Lauren from Cameroon. Vieira, as we all know, comes from Senegal. Arsenal have really trawled the world for footballing talent. Kuehl's come a long way to be a Leeds United player.
There's a little example there that lads were talking about in the studio. Ball's played up to Harry Kuehl. Not as only got Lauren to beat, but Wiltor's there making a nuisance of himself as well.
Bowyer. Kelly. McPhail just trying to pull a string or two, and he can with his passing ability, even against a team as gifted as Arsenal. The Arsenal fans will understand when I say that Stephen McPhail was called new Liam Brady when he first became prominent here in England. He was actually born in London, grew up in the United States, and represents the Republic of Ireland. Kanu suddenly bursting to life, chasing an Henry pass. Outnumbered. Smith. McPhail rather, looking for Smith. And finding him. Viduka finding Q. Mills, there's a drift on that that's going to take it away from Alan Smith.
Yeah, it gives you a little chance of look at this goal. And this is where it starts, man. Way back here. Ball in, watch Campbell, cushioned header. Knew exactly what he was doing, saw Wiltord. Kanu gets in behind the midfield. Always in that little gap. Can you feed it through? Yes, he can. And now, have they got it under 10 seconds? Not quite, but they'll get there.
Are you trying to tell me that's another record to be broken?
Well, might as well.
Yeah.
They're breaking every other one. They might as well look for others, more obscure ones.
Well, the consecutive matches in which they've scored record is now theirs. They're this game away from equaling Manchester United's 29 games unbeaten in Premiership play, sequential of course.
What's the next fixture, Mark? You know?
Not off the top of my head. Auxerre on Wednesday, and I think they're at home to Sunderland.
So that'll be the record breaker then, Mark. For matches unbeaten.
Should they
win today?
Win today, yes.
Well, maybe, oh yeah, I'm being presumptuous here then.
Or should they avoid defeat today?
Yeah. I don't think they'll concede 4.
Wiltord. Lauren. Wiltord. Wiltord. Toure. Now Henry. Kanu.
A few players disappointed with Kanu and Arsenal shots, Mark. They decided to shoot. We're quite enjoying that little bit of keep ball.
Because he came a long way, didn't he, up on the left-hand side. He's scurried back now to protect that part of the pitch in tandem with Seagal, who wants offside here against Smith. Well, he's learned that quite quickly. The arm up.
Yeah.
Seagal.
Comes with a jersey, doesn't it? If you're a centre-back at Arsenal. Starched. Well, what the scoreline at the moment is, you give Arsene Wenger allowed to do, Martin. If there are 1 or 2 players that he wants to duck out now, the last half hour of the game, you know, give them a little rest before another big game coming up. Then he has that ability now and the freedom to do so with a 3-0 lead. And I'm sure that he'll feel the result is there now, the win is theirs, and now he'll be thinking, okay, big game coming up. Who can I just drop out of this to give them a little rest before midweek?
It is an away game in Auxerre, except I guess for most of this Arsenal team it's a home game, isn't it, being in France. Wiltord will know all about that particular stadium. Smith. Lauren. Sliced by Seagal. McPhail going to play on the retreat. Mills. Backer. Up forward well. Smith. Now Kuehl. Smith lets it run, but clearly not on a call because there was no one there behind him in all white. incidentally now level with Wiltor on 6 Premiership goals for the season. There is a new initiative from the league sponsors Barclaycard for the Golden Boot winner. 24 goals that Henry got to win it last year. If he repeats it, it will mean £24,000 for charity.
Lovely.
Enhances the goal-scoring part of the game. Mills. Mattia. So let's hope from that point of view someone gets 40 goals this season. It might be Thierry Henry, the way things are going. Well, they're hustling and bustling and certainly not giving up the ghost leads, but it's a very tall order in these circumstances, even at home, even fresh from beating Manchester United here, even with Terry Venables on the bench.
And the second best all over the pitch, Martin. It's as simple as that, all over the pitch.
Mills. The difficult part of Arsenal's midweek trip came at the end of the 4-0 win over PSV Eindhoven. All the airports in Holland closed at 11 o'clock, so they had to go into Belgium to Brussels to fly back to England. Didn't land until around 2:30 in the morning on Thursday. And the players, incidentally, were all in at 11 that morning to warm down. Seems to have been working, doesn't it? Looking fresh and fluid, and at times far, far too good, even for Leeds United, even at Ellen Road.
Free kick given against Toure is a touch unlucky. Exactly what he wanted to do. Lee Bowyer took a little swing at someone, I think, way back down the pitch. And we're just in a little word in his ear. I think that's the danger for Leeds now, Mark, because they've been so often second best that frustration starts to take over. And they've got one or two emotive players there. Lee Bowyer, Alan Smith, fiery.
Just wonder what future there is for Lee Bowyer in club football. He hasn't committed himself to Leeds beyond his current contract this season. Just too long for both Viduka and Bowyer. There is some rumour in the game, Andy, that Lee Bowyer might be in the process of sorting out a move to London football, because he comes from the London area.
I think he'll be short of takers for Lee Bowyer. He has got a talent on the football field.
And let's hope he's learned his lessons off the football field. Here he is on the ball. Mattia. Kelly. He's on with a header. All Cole really needs to do, be sure. Remember that one that didn't go out from the Leeds left side. But, vital second goal for Arsenal arrived because of that. Henry. You feel an exercise in concentration for everyone here, even us, at the moment. Arsenal, the bosses. And Campbell almost plays Lauren into trouble. He resolved that issue.
I mean, we look at what, 20 minutes in, second half. David Seaman had a save. I can't remember one, second half of the match.
Well, he nearly got to the Viduka free kick, wasn't it? That was a close moment. Just wide of the post. Here's Matteo. McPhail. Matteo again. Viduka. Backer. The ball was high and Wiltor played it. Smith. Now Leeds do get a free kick, and a little bit of afters there that Smith didn't like, and he might have been entitled to take issue with that, with Lauren, who was, shall we say, slow to withdraw a foot.
Well, he's not happy, Alan, is he? Not so sure how much the referee actually saw it, Martin.
From Lauren's point of view, he'll be hoping he didn't see too much of it.
No, that was the free kick, and I think the referee's probably turned away now, and he's looking and sort of stepping over Alan Smith, might get caught.
Yes, it was a matter of intent or lack of it, wasn't it? And Smith obviously thought there was a bit of meaning in it. And the replay didn't confirm that either way. Here's Bowyer. Oh, well, Alan Smith rocks the crossbar. Backer.
Oh, poor touch just when he needed a good one. Now they've got a problem.
It's Kanu.
Oh, he did well. Danny Mills stood up, didn't commit, said to Kanu, you've got to do something. Wonderful header though from Smith.
Smith. Kuehl trying to take it on. Backer. Smith still running. Campbell across.
Too strong.
Not only won it well, used it well. Wiltor. They have to take a chance or two, Leeds, but there is always the risk that because of that they will get outnumbered on the counter-attack. They've regrouped well here. That's their best moment of the match. A soaring header from Alan Smith. And Arsenal saved by the frame of the goal.
I think you can safely say there, I don't think the keeper was getting across to that one, Martin. 6 inches lower, goal back.
Which is why the neutrals, really, and of course Terry Venables has to piece it together when in his own club, but the neutrals want to see Smith playing up front. And maybe a good number of Leeds supporters as well. Viduka. Kuehl's in the middle. Gilberto heads away. A bit more stress and strain around Arsenal at the moment. There's been precious little of it. Smith's so close.
Yeah, they will make a change soon, Arsenal, and Luzhny's the one who's getting ready to come on.
Kelly. Most of the way by Vieira. Free kick to Arsenal. Very nearly a goal for Leeds United.
Lovely ball in. Well attacked. Gets up early. Beautiful header. Very unlucky. Look at that. Guiding the ball past David Seaman, but yes, 6 inches too high.
Seagull. Matteo was already on his way back, complaining. Just shows they can go either way. So it is a free kick to Leeds. Just over 20 minutes left. It's 2-0 at half-time. Arsenal scored so early in the second half to make a Leeds recovery even further less likely. And now Seagull in a tangle with Bowyer.
Well, he's ended up taking a whack. There was a time he really went in committedly, Bowyer. As Seagull was clearing this, and they end up both going to ground in a big tangle of arms and legs. There he goes. There's Bowyer, leans into the... Well, there was certainly a tussle of arms and legs, and
well, the assistant, of course, is on the scene here. That's Mike Cairns.
it was hard to pick in, and you see that 2 or 3 times. The boot did go into the chest of Lee Bowyer. But again, whether you can say how much intent there was there, whether it was just as they were landing and legs were going everywhere, but he caught Boyer there, the area they're looking at.
Vieira just giving the referee a little pat on the back, so suggests that he's happy with what the verdict is. And now Boyer obviously felt something and felt it was deliberate.
I think it's always interesting, and you know, you can feel for Lee Boyer because he's probably felt himself over the years of his career, Martin, at certain instances like that, because it's him, and there's been a different judgment on the incident. I think it was a tough call.
Henry starts with a throw. Smith still striving with all his might. Tries to flick it on. Boyer's allowed to come back on. Oleg Luzhny for Kolo Toure.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Certainly not like for like. Although, to be fair to Toure, he can play right back, which is Luzhny's position. Luzhny can play in the centre of defence. But again, Kolo Toure has enhanced his reputation at Arsenal. Only his second start in the Premiership. He scored his second goal for the club.
He's going to go there and he's going to play by the looks of it. I wonder whether he'd maybe put Ashley Cole ahead of him and play him at left back, but is it the horse he's called it? He has to gallop up and down that line then, I guess.
As if he's understood the instructions, because his English, even after a couple of years at Arsenal, isn't fantastic. Well, talk about players who get labels and get judged maybe. Alan Smith said earlier in the week to Claire Tomlinson in that report you saw before the game that he feels sometimes the laws are different for the rest of the players as applied to him, but
I have to say, Mark,
gets it wrong.
I think he's a lucky boy there. You just cannot throw the ball like that at a player right in front of the referee. That ain't dissent, what is? He's a lucky boy, Alan. That's what I talked about. One or two of them in the team are fiery. You know, the game's pretty much gone.
I think that's part, perhaps, of the thinking of the referee.
Yeah.
Had it been at 0-0, it might have just made a difference. Now we've seen Kanu do some improbable things, but I'm not quite sure what he had in mind then. His goal inside the first 10 minutes really cast a die here. Toure got the second, and Henry in the early moments of the second half. Bit of huffing and puffing from Leeds United. Smith's header against the bar.
Well, when you see Eric Bakker not argue, I think you know that he's caught Patrick. He just tries to let the ball run across his body. He takes his back leg. There you go, standard leg. You see it quite clearly. You can't get away with that.
Encouraging sight for Arsenal. Patrick Vieira hasn't really moved.
No, he hasn't. And I mean, I see one or two Arsenal subs warming up. Certainly must be in his mind, Arsene Wenger's, to take his captain off. Job done, game one.
Freddie Ljungberg picked up an injury here in the fixture last January. Missed, I think, 11 games on the back of it. These are often jarring, bruising encounters. And there's more live football from the Barclaycard Premiership for you. Pay-per-view offering, Sky Digital Channel 433. Steve Bruce's Birmingham City against Newcastle United. Monday, Sky Sports 1. West Bromwich Albion against Blackburn. 7. And if we can just catch up with what's happening this afternoon as well as the golf, we'll give you the last word on the football.
Thank you.
Probably the last word from the Belfry as well. A bit of competition there, though, I think, for that. The linesman, the assistant, has seen this. Lee Bowyer, the ball had gone. Sometimes that's done in a genuine quest for possession.
But the linesman's given a free kick for Leeds. He's pointed that way, the way down. I mean, I'm sure he's pointing. That flag's come up in his left hand, and he's pointing towards the Leeds goal. You might say he's only trying to attract the referee's attention, but I mean, that's high.
He didn't pull out, Lee Bowyer. He knew exactly what he was doing.
But I'm sure the linesman's flagging. Watch carefully. It goes up.
Pointing for Arsenal, isn't he?
No, there you go. Pointing down for a free kick for Leeds.
Looking for Bowyer. Could have been more. He's fired up that earlier incident with Seagal. A little bit of retribution was in his mind. Mills. There's some frowns and some scowls on Leeds' faces now. They've been outplayed. And this topsy-turvy season of theirs is going to go on that way. Awkward. Nothing sinister about that.
I'm just worried about Lucas Radeby, Mark. He's gone down and up. Oh. You don't often see a player like that. I don't know where he's landed. Or he's jarred something. See, there's a bit of concern there. He's okay. But often you get some of the worst injuries, you know, innocent, daft little things like that, Mark, where you land really awkwardly.
Robert Perez. Yeah.
And then nothing incident. Perez.
Haven't seen him since.
No. He's okay, thankfully. He suffered enough Radeby for injuries.
Well, I must say he's a tremendous professional. He worked so hard to get himself right for what Leeds wanted him. He was virtually written off, I think, last season, and they got him fit and said, well, go to the World Cup. He played very well for South Africa. Foul by Henry. And there is some respect, I think, between Bowyer and the France forward.
I mean, I'm sure that a lot of the French players think he's a bit mad, Lee Bowyer, the way he goes about the pitch. Rather un-French-like, but he's a player that many clubs would love to have on their side.
Mills, Maggio, Kuehl, worth a crack, but it wasn't really a crack, was it, when it came to it? He just got caught waiting for the ball to come. Well, Arsenal are going to give us 10 minutes or so of the very talented Jermaine Pennant. Sylvain Wiltor's work is done, and it's been great toil for the team again. He can now start to think about Auxerre on Wednesday. Matteo. Smith, Bowyer and company still chivying away. I'm sure at least Arsenal don't have an easy jog to the finishing line here. Kelly's free kick. Interesting to hear Arsene Wenger talk this week that he signed Lauren to be the long-term right-back replacement for Lee Dixon, although he'd made his reputation playing in Spain as a midfield player. We always saw him for this particular slot where we thought he was a bit of a makeshift when he first got the job.
It's all about getting that job, Mark, and pinning it down and playing in it regularly, and I think there's been a huge improvement in him.
McPhail. A rock at the back for Arsenal again. little bit of kidology by Kewell, but there was some contact from Pennant. Bowyer with the free kick. Not far away from getting in another header. He'll reposition here because Leeds have a corner. Bowyer sprinting across. Andy, you were talking about his enthusiasm for the fray, whatever the circumstances. Another example of it. He hasn't given it up, even in these perilous circumstances for Leeds United. Backer. Kewell really was one of those moments where you can be an opportunist in the penalty area. Ori.
There's half a chance for Harry Kewell that one. He just really scuffed the shot on his right foot.
I did point out to Terry Venables last night, just in case he wasn't aware of it, talking about problems at left back, that Harry Kewell did start here as a left back, won the FA Youth Cup with Leeds in that position. I think he felt that might be cutting off his nose to spite his face. And Danny Mills has been dogged in his approach. He's certainly shown his usual gung-ho spirit.
He's still learning, Terry Venables, about his team, about his players. Sure, he's still trying to figure out what will be his best system to play. Embed it in, embed it down. You only have to look at Arsenal, I think, Martin, and the champions of past years in this Premiership, Manchester United. All very, very, not rigid, but, you know, all set in the way they play the game and the systems that they use.
Kewell. Smith. McPhail. Thread it through for Bowyer. There's the left midfield man. It is Oleg Luzhnik. Vieira going through the centre. Bounced off McPhail. It really shouldn't have got through to Patrick Vieira. About the Terry Venables approach, and he's excellent at identifying the strengths of opponents and setting out a team to curb that. But they've given away a goal early here, haven't they? There's been plenty of planning, I'm sure, in the free week that Leeds had how to stop Arsenal, but an individual mistake, you're one down, yeah. And they're off and running, and I'm afraid it's a case of closing the door once the horse had bolted.
Well, I don't think you can give this Arsenal side a goal of a start either, Martin, can you? It's not as if they're not confident enough and have enough belief in their own ability at the moment without getting a goal of a start.
Kewell getting in front of Lauren. Here's Bowyer! Comes off David Seaman. Bowyer goes in again. Seaman's there again. Kill!
Well, a reward for perseverance. He may be the goal scorer, but that guy there gets the reward. Lee Bowyer just didn't give it up. David Seaman is so unlucky. He'll think, I can't make two saves and not get any reward. Not so sure about the first one, whether he'll feel he could have collected it, whether it moves, whether it gets a slight deflection. This one here coming up, it struck beautifully, but David doesn't manage to hold it. That's a great block. And look at the goalkeeper, so upset that he doesn't get a little bit of good fortune. He felt maybe the two saves deserved it. Maybe he'll feel he should have collected the first one, Mark. That's the only thing I would say. But a lovely volley from Kewell. Kept it under control.
Same end of the ground. Same goal scorer as a fortnight ago against Manchester United. But not the same circumstances. Just over 5 minutes left. Leeds try to pile on the late pressure here. And Kewell's there again. Well, he could have had a hat-trick in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
I think that's an easier chance than the goal he's just scored, because this sits nice and soft for him after it bounces here. That's the second one. Look at it. It's set up for the left foot. And he got no power whatsoever in it.
Kewell's there again. There's a little glance, and he falls for Gilberto. Luzhny. Cole. It's near the mark from Baka. Oh, Kanu. No mistake. Order restored. 4 for Arsenal in Europe in midweek, away from home. 4 for Arsenal here on a Premiership Saturday, away from home. And it's nothing like a stronghold for Leeds United. It's a strong grip, yet again, re-established for Arsenal.
Well, Kate Weller truly ace now, isn't it? Fantastic performance. There was a little question over the tackle there, but what a ball this is. Threaded beautifully, so that Kanu doesn't have to do anything, Martin, because the pace is just perfect on the pass. Perfect, so they can concentrate on doing the one thing he needs to do, and that's finish it. Fantastic ball from Jermaine Pennant. Lovely, composed, controlled, and confident finish from Kanu.
Pennant can come off the pitch knowing he's played a part. Leeds had it at 3-1 for less than 2 minutes. Could have in that time made it 3-2.
A few Premiership managers, coaches and players watching this afternoon. One or two with some worries about this is an awesome performance again from Arsenal. They just seem to get better and better.
And the team might be saying, well, you've watched this, lads, in the players' lounge before the game. Go out and play like that for me.
That's more difficult, Mark.
Well, it's been so great since the start of the Premiership, and even before in the older Football League when Liverpool were so dominant, of course. But the team that does win the trophy sets the right kind of standards. We had it from Liverpool in those glory days. We certainly had it from Manchester United. And Arsenal doing it in such an admirable manner. And he has got a hat-trick once before, of course, at Chelsea, you might recall. Not going to get one today, but he scored the first. Looks as though he might have had the final say as far as the goals are concerned. And Franny Jeffers, who actually made his Arsenal debut as a substitute against Leeds United at the start of last season. That was at Highbury. Haven't seen a great deal of him in the intervening 13 months. He's got a couple of minutes to strut his stuff here. Pennant looking for another through ball.
Fair question. What?
Why? Minute plus added time to go. Gang of 4 around it for Leeds. And David Seaman happy enough just to have 2 in the wall. The charger there as well. It looks as though Gilberto's got that job. Perhaps play their way around it here, but it is set up for Mills. It flies off the player who was charging it down. Gilberto. Wasn't too much time really to dwell over that.
I think if you get a charger now, it's always difficult to shift the ball at a free kick because you get closed down, Martin.
Bowyer with the corner. And Danny Mills definitely in the keep on going category, but his efforts are going to prove in vain.
3 minutes it's going to be stoppage time.
points away from 3 points. We've banged on about all the different records that Arsenal have been putting to bed today, but winning the match and progress at the top of the Premiership, that's really what it is for the professionals.
Well, it's catch as if you can already, Martin, isn't it now? Top of the table, Arsenal setting a marker down for the rest of the Premiership boys that have got ambitions to win the title. This is what we do. This is the way we do it. Try and beat us.
Henry. The Arsenal supporters passed Chesterfield on the way up, and the Arsenal team have passed Chesterfield in the record for goal scoring. Might stop off for a celebratory drink in the Spire town on the way home. Luzhny. Unorthodox from Eric Bakker. A strange showing. Been a tough session out here in the Barclaycard Premiership for Leeds United. Thought that maybe the European calendar could have worked in their favour. Lucas Radebe comes off
Injured, I think, obviously. Straight down the tunnel.
Michael Dubry has, of course, been embroiled in the off-the-field problems for Leeds United over the past couple of years. We're hoping to get his career going again. Pennant. Smith having to defend. Cole. Would be appropriate for the game to finish with Arsenal on the attack. Oh yeah, contributing to that. Jeffers. Luzhny. Luzhny's offside.
No, he's offside. The referee hasn't seen it. Otherwise, it's a
given the
penalty.
penalty, but he's had to change his mind.
That must have been tight. Lovely little 1-2. But is he off? I don't think he is. I don't think he is.
Viduka. Bowyer. Lauren hasn't cleared the danger. Smith's in there. Campbell on the stretch. Well, Arsenal equal Manchester United's Premiership record of 29 games unbeaten, but they've done significantly better than United 2 weeks ago in the victory they've achieved today. 2 goals for Kanu. Thierry Henry at the start of the second half. Touré scored as well. Goal history with that 47th game in a row, the new mark for being unbeaten away. It's brilliant for Arsenal. No half measures for Leeds under Terry Venables. They've won 4, they've now lost 4, and today they've conceded 4, although Harry Kewell did get 1 late on in reply.
As more Barclaycard Premier tonight at 6 on Sky Sports X. 4. Could have been more, it really could. Lee Dixon's here, David O'Leary as well. We'll get reaction to the record breakers when we come back. 4-1 to the champions. And in truth, it was a cruise. As Martin was saying, we talk about records all day long. As far as Arsenal are concerned, it's just another 3 points today, and the lead now 5. Liverpool, of course, go to Manchester City. Chelsea entertain West Ham today. Spurs entertain Middlesbrough. Leeds beat. 3 more records. It is a club record, 29 league games unbeaten for Arsenal now, and that equals Manchester United's Premiership mark. It's a new English league record of scoring in 47 successive games. Chesterfield had held that. It was a record that had stood for 72 years. And it's a new English league record of 23 away games unbeaten. Forest had previously held that, and it was 22, of course. Let's get some reaction with Claire Tomlinson.
Kanu, first of all, how easy is it to step into this team and score 2 goals?
I'm very, very happy, and it's not easy. We have a good team, and if you're not playing, you have to work hard and always believe that you're going to play and do your best for the team.
It wasn't exactly as fast a start as Wednesday night, but certainly after you went ahead, you were always in control.
Yeah, we're in good form. Everybody is in shape and in good form, and we keep on working for each other. And like you can see, we don't give them rooms to play, and we believe we are going to score in every game, and that's what we did.
Patrick, injuries to key players, but that doesn't seem to make any difference to this Arsenal side.
I think that's the squad. I think we have like 22, 23 players who, when they came in, they just give the best. And today was Kanu. I think he had a fantastic game, scored 2 goals, and we won the not an easy game, but I think we played a perfect game today.
Is there any tiredness after that midweek away game?
You know, the way we play, we really enjoy it. So we don't really think about tiredness or not, but we really enjoyed our game. I think everyone, when is going on the pitch, just try to enjoy ourselves, and I think everything's going in our way. So we just have to keep going and enjoy it.
And how much do the players share the manager's confidence that you can go the whole season unbeaten?
Yeah, but I think when you have a manager like him and he really believes in the team, he really believes in ourselves. So when we go there, just say to us to enjoy ourselves, just give the best, and we see what's going to happen. So today that's what we did, and we really enjoyed the 3 points.
Thanks for talking to us. Well done.
Thank you.
Eric, were Arsenal as superior as the 4-1 scoreline suggests?
No, better than us on the day, so very disappointed.
What do you think was wrong? Why were you not as close to them?
No, they scored 2 goals in about 20 minutes and they killed the game, so that's it. Disappointed.
And when you tried to change it at half-time, did that kill you absolutely, the quick
We
goal?
know they had a break, so it was very hard, but they're a good team, so we just have to keep battling on and hopefully we'll turn around.
Thanks for stopping.
We'll hear from Arsene Wenger shortly. He's rating this as one of the best performances that Arsenal have put on during his time at Highbury. No Barclaycard man of the match today because it was impossible really to find one, so it's an award for the boys because it's been fantastic from that point of view, hasn't it? How proud of this? I mean, you hung your boots up 6 months ago.
Well, I thought it couldn't get any better after the first half, but second half they totally dominated again. Leeds tried to get into it at the end, but when you've got a player like Thierry in your side, and with his pace, I think the boss will be quite upset we haven't broke the 10-second breakaway goal record because I think it was 11 seconds, 11.6, 1 minute 17 seconds into the second half, and theoretically we could have all gone home then. Any
thoughts about getting your boots back on? They could look after you, couldn't they?
Well, that was one of the reasons why I packed in, because I can't keep up with these boys now. And you have to be an awesome athlete to get in this team, and every one of them is.
It's funny, David, we'll see it in a moment, but we talked at half-time about what Leeds might do 1 minute and 17 seconds into the second half. None of that mattered.
Well,
whatever they'd said went out the window,
it's
didn't it?
Game over, because they come out, they pick it up straight away, and they punish you straight away. You know, a great break, they attack you, they run at people. When they win it, as I say, they move forward with pace and power, and as I say, it was a wonderful finish in the end, and really, a really quality team. They're a quality club, and as I say, they've got a quality team representing them, and they were absolutely fantastic. You know, you talk about man of the match, it was a pure team, and when you're winning and you show the records that you've shown at the end of the game that they're achieving, that creates its own atmosphere. Everybody wants to play. You know, Patrick says he's not feeling tired. You don't, because you want every game to come along. You want to play in it. You want to be involved in it. And if you're scoring goals the way they're scoring goals, I'd say it's a fantastic time.
Here's where the first record went today. 8 minutes into the game. 72 years Chesterfield had held this. 46 consecutive games was the mark. Arsenal equalled it coming here and broke it like this. 47.
Well, you don't give Arsenal leg ups like this. It's hard enough playing them, the form they're in, and you don't make individual mistakes in your back four like this. And you know, they've gone and pressed you close, you nicked it, breaks quickly. Lucas is a bit out of position. There they take the ball on, commits another defender, and it's probably the plainest goal they get really, this one. And it's a nice pass in, but on a Leeds point of view, as a coach of that, you'd be very disappointed with that.
So that was one. It was two very shortly after that. And would this go down as an individual error again, Lee?
Well, I think if you look at how many Leeds players get back when they actually win the ball, and the ball comes in from the right, how many players they get back in the box? But there's no one within 20 yards of Silva. And look how many white shirts in the box.
That's just fantastic, isn't it? He's passed one, commits the other, and then lifts that ball in near post.
I mean, look where Harry Kewell is. We ring him here. He's got to be back helping us. He's got to be back where this ball comes out to the Arsenal forward here. He's got to be backtracking him there.
As we said at half-time, look, Danny Mills is looking for him and wants to know why he's not there.
Can't believe him.
I think he's every right to ask where his left-sided player is there, and he needs help, the boy there. It's a great ball in. That's a fantastic ball.
Isn't it just?
I could have scored that.
And that's what you have to have. You've got to be able, when the other team has the ball, you've got to work for each other to get back and help each other and cover for each other and run for each other. And as I say, and that goal there, for me, typified what.
And there was one move they put on in the first half. They've caressed the ball about across 40 passes or something. It's ended up with a corner. Some goal that would have been.
I think Canoe summed it up in his interview when he said that he's not been in the team on a regular basis, and you have to work really hard to get in this team. And when you're in the team, you have to work even harder to stay in it. And it just showed today that work rate today was phenomenal.
And as Lee was saying, I totally agree with him about players coming in. You see Sagan there, and there's definitely a partnership there with Campbell, because that is, I thought the lad coming in.
Yeah, we wondered when he came at the start of the season how long it would take, but now he's in. He'll take some moving, won't he?
Well, I think they cost him about $2.5 million. Obviously, Arsenal knows the French league very, very well, and for that price, and you see what players are going around for, he did an excellent job there today.
1 minute, 17 seconds into the second half. Terry Venables, I don't know, I hadn't looked at the dugout, probably not taken his seat.
There we go.
We've got the clock on it, look.
It's again the movement. Look,
they want to run at people.
The willingness to get into, break the neck, to get into positions to get forward. And this is a fantastic finish.
Pace, power, they pick the ball up, and look where they go. Nobody waiting to come back. Keep going forward, keep driving on.
He's in his stride on here, isn't he? Then he goes turbocharged as the keeper.
His little touch here is fantastic there.
Oh. I think he's just put it up into fifth gear there, hasn't he, just at the end? He's just gone up.
I wonder what
he just waits for him to come in, and then, there we go.
You could tempt him going, you could go down there in ways, but that is a wonderful finish. And as I say, I don't think the Thurber, was on fifth gear. He was up in fifth gear there for a couple of seconds, but the way the game is played now, apart from having good players, they've got to be big, they've got to be strong, they've got to have pace. And because, as we'll even see now evolving more, you've got to be athletes. And Arsenal Football Club, apart from, as I say, quality players, they've got great athletes.
It wasn't quite the perfect match, as Patrick Vieira called it, because they did concede. And nobody more disappointed than the goalkeeper, of course. But it was a little bit more than a consolation for Leeds, wasn't it?
David won't be very happy. He's made 2 great saves. And he loves clean sheets, David, like all goalkeepers. Done fantastic there.
And if you had we talk about Arsenal celebrating when Arsenal score. I watched him there. He'd come out of the dugout. I've never seen him so animated and angry. He went crazy at this, because.
Well, over the years, as you know, Dave, we've been brought up on clean sheets, haven't we?
Clean sheets. And over the years, when we won games like this, people, the manager come in, particularly George would come in and say,
I'd be mad
about the goal conceded. And if you could get a shot of him there, he went crazy here, Arsene Wenger, about that sloppiness. But what did they do? Where you think you never know. Kuehl has a great chance afterwards, where Andy Gray made a great point. It was easier than his goal. That I thought he should have done better. They don't take that. That could have gone 3-2. You never know. But they go down the other end then and score another
West
wonderful
Brom
goal.
kept making that mistake at Highbury. They kept scoring, and Arsenal kept going down the other end and scoring. You just think that they are capable of doing it. They did it here again today. Kanu for 4-1.
Well, Jermaine's just come on. I think Jermaine puts a great ball in for him. The lad's just come on, and Canoe wants another goal. And he made a run behind defenders again. It's a great finish.
I mean, Terry, I should imagine, the negative side, defensively, you'd be very disappointed. The way you've been broken down there, the marking, the way, your positional sense of your defenders.
Has it got something to do with the period of the game and the fact that it's been gone for some 10 minutes?
I think you're expecting your defenders, to be fair, to do better than what they're doing there.
David, don't you think when a team's coming at you like, the sort of areas that Arsenal come at you from, all wide areas down the middle, that it doesn't matter how well you're playing as a team, once you start getting people coming at you at all angles,
I think what you need, Lee, I think what you need when you play against a team like this is the way Arsenal play when you haven't got the ball. You've got that 2 banks of 4 that they don't let get a chance. The Arsenal back 4 or the Leeds back 4 there today, too many times that bank of 4 wasn't in front of them. And when you play a quality team like that, you need to be solid in front of your back 4 and not let them try and get exposed.
We're not finished yet. We're at Elland Road, where the champions have beaten Leeds United by 4-1. We'll hear from Terry Venables and Arsene Wenger here when we come back. 4-1 Arsenal. Here's the manager with Claire Tomlinson.
Arsene, not much time to prepare for this one, but I guess any worries you might have had about tiredness disappeared quite quickly.
Yes, we had an outstanding performance and a marvellous spirit again, and we decided to start quickly and to try to start quickly, and of course we scored early goals that helped us. And the first 30 minutes were absolutely outstanding, and then of course with our experience we came through the game and looked always dangerous when you won the ball, and when you needed to, we looked always going forward very dangerous.
In your time as Arsenal manager, how do you rate this performance in terms of all the performances you've seen?
Certainly one of the best, of the top performances, and this team is always getting better. I said that. They want so much to play together, they enjoy it, and they play with full confidence and belief, and they try always to go forward, and I think that's why we improve every time.
Yet more records today. You've broken another 2. You've scored in 47 consecutive games and you're 23 games unbeaten away from home. What do those records mean to you?
That we have an outstanding consistency, and that we get better and better. And consistency is the quality of a champion, and that's what we want to be. And to win like we did it today against a team like Leeds shows that we are really up for it and that the team is really hungry.
Scored some great goals in those 47 games, 101 I believe. But how special is a headed goal for you?
For us it's a great goal because we don't score many, and of course it's unexpected a little bit, and we were quite surprised from the bench when he scored a header, but we took it well because it was an important moment of the game. It was the second one.
How much is the team repaying your confidence when you said that they could go all season unbeaten?
Well, they want to achieve it. I said our target is of course to win every game, and their attitude is spot on. They just try to win every game.
If you were picking man of the match, Arsene, who would you pick?
The team.
Well, funnily enough, so have we. Would you like to give them the champagne?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, it's nice to occasionally get something right, isn't it? That's what it's like when you've won. What's it like on the wrong end of that? Terry Venables is with Jeff Shreves.
Terry, Arsene Wenger has just told us that it was their plan to start quickly. Did they catch you on the hop?
I think they definitely started quickly, that's for sure. Too quickly for us. It's the last thing we wanted. We spoke about it, and the last thing we held on to the ball too much, a little bit, too many touches, and it played into their hands, and they stole it off us. And you know, if you give them space, they're gonna really hurt you. There's no doubt about it. But they're outstanding team.
You came down from the stands very quickly. What did you see unfolding before your eyes?
Well, that very thing, we'd had to shift the ball a lot quicker, either longer or quicker, otherwise every time we had a touch, they got that much closer, and they were there, you know, early on trying to steal the ball off us, and that's what they did. They did that before the goal on 3 or 4 times, and the warning signs were there. But before we did anything about it, it was too late.
And having spoken to the players at half-time, how disappointing to lose a goal within 2 minutes?
Well, the first thing is, at half-time, obviously, they're very low, and we've got to have an attitude. We've either got to actually drop our heads, or we've got to fight for it and try and do something about it. And in fairness, I thought we looked as if we had the spirit to do it, but we got caught cold again. So there's a lot to learn from it today.
Mixed results at the start of this season. How long do you think before Leeds settle down under you?
Well, you can say it's early days, but I think it's fair to say we haven't played like we can. I think when we've played well, we've won. I was saying yesterday, and when we've played badly, we've lost. And that's not good enough. We've got to get a better team play than that, otherwise it's going to take a long while.
Easy question, but what brings inconsistency?
Well, I mean, maybe not. Maybe I've tried to change things, and it could be my fault because I've tried to bring things in that I think needed to be changed if we're going to improve as a team. If we're going to stand still, we could carry on doing what we're doing now, and that won't be good enough. But I've maybe brought things in which maybe people have not got used to yet, so I would have to take the blame for that.
Does that possibly imply you might go with a fixed formation?
It doesn't imply anything. It means that if it's the blame for that defeat today goes at my feet because I'm responsible for the team.
Some of the Leeds fans applauded Arsenal off the pitch. Would you agree with them?
Well, no doubt about it. You've got to accept the fact that these are an outstanding team. Henry is a sensational player. He'll give anyone trouble. And I honestly believe Silva has made a difference to an already outstanding team this year. His know-how and positioning is brought a great maturity, even more so than they already had.
It's the question everyone's asking. Can they go the whole season unbeaten, do you think, having seen them at close hand?
Well, it's a huge call, but when you see them playing so far, you've got to say, well, it's possible. I would think it's unlikely, because at some stage, maybe someone will get to grips with them, but we can't at the moment.
Thanks, Terry.
Thank you.
Very honest contribution from Terry Venables, and I've mentioned this once or twice. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Arsene Wenger said we will go unbeaten for the season. Did he not say it wouldn't surprise me if this team did?
I think that's
a
what he
big
said.
difference, isn't it?
It is, but there's a belief in the squad now that they can win every game, and that's just looking at the next game. They're looking at it and saying we can win this game, and if that goes on and on and on till the new year, then they've got every chance, because they're just playing unbelievable. Even when they're not playing so well, you know, at West Ham they didn't play so well, but nicked a draw, and this team's capable of anything, I think.
Can Leeds United evolve from what they were under you, which, and you've said it yourself, they used the phrase in your face, into, you suspect Terry Venables wants them to play more football? Would that be a fair assessment?
I thought Terry, what you said there, I thought he spoke honestly and frankly, and you know, spoke very well there. I believe that for a Yorkshire crowd, the north of England, I believed he played a high-tempo game, get in about people, to be dirty or kick people off the pitch. Sometimes the edge, say in Alan Smith, he didn't mean to, but he went overboard a little bit. But I believed in us being aggressive, and that is the way.
Is that what they want here? Is that the culture of the club?
That's what I believed for here.
That's what you've always had here.
Always had here. Now, Terry, and that is nothing against Terry or anything, if he wants to put a more classy edge on it and refine it and make it more, so be it, because he's the manager of this football club. And he might, as he said there, be caught in between two. But at the end of the day, what he did say as well, when the game started, Arsenal, and it's not about being tactics or anything else, came and pressed and worked harder than his team today.
A tribute to Arsenal from Lee Dixon. What more can be said about them?
Well, it goes back to George Graham. I'll have to go back to that. George always said, and he used to drive us mad with it, about desire. And this team has got desire. You know, the ability to push yourself when you're tired. When Patrick felt tired the other week, he's come out and he's pushed himself. And when the team's not playing so well, he's getting that result. And this team has got desire. Forget about the ability. This wants to win. And the fact that they've got the players that they have, as I said before, they're capable of anything.
I think what the manager wants is to me, they've taken over from Manchester United. But now what they've got to do is what Manchester United have done for many years. Don't win things once. It's like a golfer or Michael Schumacher winning the thing, you know, the World Championship for the first time. It's harder to do it again. Go and prove yourself again.
Well, we've not done that yet, have we?
No.
We haven't done it 2 on a row, so...
The thing where I think Arsenal...
You two keep talking. We've got to go just for a moment to mention the football that follows a little later in the day, but don't let us interrupt you too much. Thoroughly enjoyed your company, boys. Ryder Cup continues its soccer special next here on Sky Sports 2.